things cigars, culture, and good company. And I'm one of your hosts, Big Al, and Rob is over there.
What's up, dude? Nice to see you.
Good to see you again. How you
Yeah,
been?
man, it's not bad. I know it's been a while, but we're back in the saddle and ready to go.
Absolutely. So, first off, we want to thank our podcast partners. Of course, Valor Cigar Accessories,
Valor Cigars, man, fantastic cutters.
veteran owned American company. 10% of proceeds go to um, veteran and first responder charities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, want to mention Bullets and Brave,
Bold and
makers
brave.
of awesome engraved items and focus on the cigar stands that I do not have with me. So shame on me. But
Oh, come
uh,
on,
but
man, you're killing me.
Nick does a fantastic job there.
We love
Also
you
another
guys.
another American company, and I know we've seen some of the posts about some announcements that we have.
Well, we have
Uh,
one announcement for tonight, so
yes, just one. There's more coming.
there's more.
Um,
There's a couple more coming, but one announcement
yes,
for tonight.
we have a new show sponsor, and that is Badass Beard Care. Um,
Badass beard care products. These things are phenomenal. They smell freaking great.
oh, they're so awesome. So don't fear the beard.
Yeah,
Um,
man. So, have you gotten to try your stuff yet?
I have.
I got the Viking one, and
Yes.
it's orange, and it's literally like I'm walking through a forest full of oranges, and it's fantastic. I freaking love this stuff. I use the beard balm a lot, and it's what I have in
Yes.
right now, and it's sitting down well. It's nice and silky. Love it.
Most definitely. And I um, I have the Patriot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it has some vanilla and some tobacco.
Oh, love we
It's
like tobacco.
yes, we do. And of course, the beard oil keeps your skin nice and hydrated. And
Mm-hmm.
then with the balm, smooths down everything, uh, keeps the flyaways taken care of, and
Absolutely.
just helps you to tame your man mane. So uh, check them out. Their website is badassbeardcare.com. There will also be a link on our link tree.
Yep.
So, with that being said, and of course, we're always so grateful for our show partners.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are going to dive into Madre Tierra Cigars
Tonight.
tonight.
Fantastic.
So,
Madre Tierra.
yes. And we will find out what that name means, although I already kind of have an idea.
If you speak
So,
Spanish, you can kind of figure out what it means a little bit.
yes, yes. So, but first, let's get into our news segment that we call the Rapper Report.
All right.
And the Rapper Report is brought to you by Valor Cigar Accessories. So Rob, what's piqued your interest?
All right. So I'm a big tat guy. I'm in the SNS club, and it's that time of year again. By the time we release this, it's going to be October, which means it's monster season. And this year's monster release for Tatuaje is the Mummy Redux 5. By the time this podcast is released, I believe Monday, Tuesday, they will already be hitting store shelves. I see them already hitting store shelves now. Um, so go get it now. The original cigar, which was the Mummy, came out in 2014. It was just like the original cigar that debuted. It's a 7.5 by 47 Churchill size, and it's a Nicaraguan puro. Um, and this one has a criollo wrapper. The cool thing is that Pete Johnson, who is the founder of Tatuaje, basically, when describing the Mummy cigar, said it's basically a cleaner version of the Black Label. Um, so basically, you have your Tatuaje Black Label, except take the wrapper that's on the current Black Label and put a criollo wrapper on it, and that's basically the Mummy. um, Fantastic size. I really do like it. It's I don't always smoke Churchills, but these are pretty fantastic. Um, the production is going to be 5,000 total boxes of 13 cigars, so you have a pretty sizable run, about 65,000 cigars. 666 of those boxes are numbered, so you're going to have a regular edition box, and then you're going to have a numbered special edition box which has a little bit different artwork on it, and then 34 of those, or then another 34 of those, um, are going to be marked with XX on the outside of the box, which means they were allocated for special occasions or other things. So that's like a super duper special edition box, which which still has the special edition artwork on it. So in total, you have 5,000 boxes. Um, MSRP is $13 a cigar, which brings the total of the box to $169. And what's cool about the Mummy is, if you open the Mummy box, it's banded in, like, so you got four on the top, four on the bottom, five in the middle. So you have four, four, two, two, and then the cigar in the middle is actually wrapped in white paper like a mummy, which I think is the coolest little thing that they do with that. Um, but the cigars are made at my father in Esteli, and my father does not make terrible cigars, people. So,
No, they do
uh,
not.
I mean, honestly, by this time, if by the time you see this and you haven't jumped on a box of Monster Mummy Redux 5 yet, you may already be out of luck. So make sure to hunt high and low for these things if you're a tat guy, because they will go fast. What about you? What you got?
Well, scrolling through, it looks like Drew Estate and Joya de Nicaragua um,
Okay.
are ending their relationship for the U.S. distribution. Um,
Okay.
but um, Hoya is taking over its American distribution.
Okay. So they're no longer being distributed by Drew Estate. They're going to distribute their own stuff. Gotcha.
Correct, correct. Beginning January 21st, they will sell its American retailers directly
Nice.
through a new entity that the company is setting up. So, um, although they are grateful for the time that in their relationship with Drew Estate, they said it was just time to uh, take that over on their own.
Yeah.
So it's always good to be a little more self reliant.
Of
You know.
course. Of course.
So so and again, that is the Rapper Report, brought to you by Valor Cigar Accessories.
Mm, go check them out.
So now we'll move into the rap. oh,
Nope.
What's in the ashtray is what we're going to figure out now.
We are figuring out what's in the ashtray.
So, and what's in the ashtray is brought to you by Bullets and Brave Cigar Accessories. So, Rob, what's kind of stood out to you?
So the other night, I opened my humidor and figured out what was in there, and I was like, you know what? I haven't had one of these in a while, so I decided to pull it out and light it up, and it was a La Imperiosa. And La Imperiosa is fantastic. So again, it's another Crown Heads brand. Um, it was a brand line that was created in 2015. So the brand at this point, so the line La Imperiosa at this point is 10 years old. And it was basically the same as a 2014 Las Calaveras. So 2014 Las Calaveras is so the Las Calaveras line is one of those limited edition lines that Crown Heads puts out every year. The blend changes every single year. And basically, the 2014 has become a unicorn. Everybody
Mhm.
looks for it. Everybody told them to bring it back that year that, after the 2014 Las Calaveras left. So in 2015, they created this La Imperiosa, which is basically the same blend as the 2014 Las Calaveras, only rebanded into this baby blue um, stick of goodness. I mean, it was fantastic. Um, Again, another My Father cigar. Go figure, My Father cigars. Um,
They're
it
everywhere.
is a they're everywhere. It's a Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper, and it's got Nicaraguan guts. But it is a full bodied masterpiece. You got red pepper, a little bit of dark fruit, earthiness, leather. I mean, it really is a fantastic, fantastic cigar. I love it with a cup of coffee at night, coffee, espresso, whatever. So, yeah, that's kind of what I found.
Nice, nice. Well, um, I think Mr. Huber just put out a post
Yeah, I
saying
saw that.
the exact same thing
Yeah.
that you just said that stop chasing the dragon, looking for the unicorn.
Hmm.
Just go get a La Imperiosa, and I tell you, with the old band was beautiful in itself, but the new
Yeah.
branding is it's just it's
Oh yeah.
opulent. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
So
But you know what though? I he put that post out today and I was thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, he's like, what's the difference? And I'm like, yeah, but
there's something about
You can buy Lot Imperiosa that was just made with the same, tobaccos and
and
everything,
blend. Yeah,
but there's something about that 10, 11 year age tobacco that's just probably going to hit a little different than Imperiosa that just rolled off the line. You know what I mean?
most definitely,
I mean,
most
not saying it.
definitely.
Listen, I'm not saying La Imperiosa is terrible in any way.
No, no, no,
By
no, no,
far,
no.
I love La Imperiosa. It's just being able to chase that dragon, you say, and go for that 2014 Calaveras with the 11. At this point, it's 11-year age tobacco. Yeah, that's
Well, I mean,
some
that's
good
just like
cigars.
you can buy a bottle of whiskey that is fresh out of the rick house, or you can look for that same blend that was bottled 10, 11 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and has sat and aged, and it's like you said, there's something a little different.
Yep. Yep.
So
Oh, I get it.
I mean, I understand what he's saying, but I get the chase too. There's something about the thrill of the chase, thrill of the hunt. Well, I had one of Rob's favorite cigars.
Oh, what did I do? I ain't do nothing.
No, no, no. But I had the Umagog
Oh yeah,
from
that made
Dunbarton.
my that made my top 10 list for last year.
Yes, yes, and of course it is a Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrapper with
Okay.
Nicaraguan binder and filler, and I had it in the Robusto size.
Okay.
And
Yeah, the new size for this year that they brought out because normally it's in a Corona Gorda.
yes,
Last
yes,
year's was a Corona Gorda. This year they released it in a Robusto. It was fantastic.
yes.
And
Well,
one of the What did you think?
Well, it's didn't start out quite like I had hoped.
Okay.
But thinking about it, I may have overlit it
No, it
because
happens. It happens.
just I mean quarter half an inch in, it just it got really really good. So
Yeah,
that would make sense that the user error there. So
it
um
happens.
but it's a fantastic cigar. And um I'm drawing a blank of any flavors that I got, but
Yeah. The
uh
thing
I
with the thing with the Umbagog is it's Connecticut broadleaf, but it's a little different than your normal Connecticut broadleaf. So it's got, I believe it's called L2 or L2 broadleaf,
okay.
and it's a grading style. So it's a grade of broadleaf that's like one grade down from like the really nice wrapper stuff. So
Right.
when you look at an Umbagog, it's going to be ugly. It's not going to be pretty. It's rough. It's sandpapery, and
Yes.
this is done on purpose. Um, you know, and the good thing about the Umbagog is the freaking fantastic price point that these cigars have, with such a
Most
great cigar
definitely.
under $10, and
Right.
it's made everybody's, basically all the big guys top 10 list last year. It was fantastic.
Yes. And like I said, it just didn't start out like I wanted, but it
Yeah.
it the construction was fabulous. Burn was razor sharp. And I don't care if it's an ugly cigar. It tastes fantastic. So
That's all that
um
matters.
that's the A number one. And of course, like you said, with that great price point, really doesn't matter what it looks like.
Hmm.
So I will definitely have it again.
Well, that's good.
So
I'm glad you liked it.
uh, yes, yes, and that is the first from Dunbarton that I've had. So
Really?
um,
Oh man.
I'm a little
See for
behind the.
me, See for me, Dunbarton can be a little weird. Like there's some stuff that I absolutely love from Dunbarton, and then there's some stuff that I'm like hit or miss with Dunbarton.
Yeah.
Like with the lighter stuff, like I love the Stillwell Stars are fantastic. They have pipe tobacco in
Hmm.
made in the cigars, which are really
Yes.
really good. The Sober Mesa, I love the whole Sober Mesa line.
Hmm.
The like from the Wagashi to the Brulee Blue to the regular line to the Salida Red. Um, they're just all fantastic, and there's some of the LE lines like this month. If you've been following DTT, I mean, he has kind of hammered you this September. He was actually just talking
Hmm.
about that online today. How it just so happened there was like four giant releases this month, and he apologized for doing that to everybody because he knows how much money his stuff costs. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you know,
it's yeah.
it's one of those situations where you know, we're going to pay for good stuff.
Yeah,
You know, if the quality and the taste warrant it,
yeah.
we're gonna pay it. What gets me though is when you have a cigar that's $30 plus and it just.
Tastes like trash.
Yes,
Hot garbage
yes,
water.
yes. Um so but that's why there are other great manufacturers. And with that being said, we will move out of what's in the ashtray. So that brought to you by Bullets and Brave.
Mm.
And let's create some ash tonight.
And who are we bringing on?
We are bringing on John Dean's um, one of the owners of Madre Tierra Cigars.
What's going on, John? Thanks for joining us tonight.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Not bad, not bad.
Doing well.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
So you've had a busy weekend and first
Yeah,
of the week, haven't you?
yeah, I was a little busy. We went up to the New Hampshire area and we did one cut and light at the Ash and with Steve Martell and his crew. And then the next day, actually, the day before that, we drove down to Rhode Island and went to the White Ash and helped a young kid out who's just starting to rep cigars, and we wanted to see what he was about. And we went
Nice.
down and we supported him. And Juana rolled some cigars down there for him, and they had a really nice showing. They did very well, and we liked him so much that we signed him as a rep today.
Wonderful.
So we got our first rep. We're moving up
Nice.
we're moving up the ladder. I got two more in we're working on one in Arizona, one in Idaho. Um, Trying to get out there on the West Coast, not too far west, but enough. And then we turned around and the Cigar Authority had a show that I was approached to do back at PCA from Dave Garofalo, and we did that on Saturday. It started off a little strenuous because I it was live, and I'm sitting there with Dave, and I just got over. You know, he's to me
hmm
he's the guru up there. He's the godfather of the North, and cigars go through him,
hmm
and he's got a lot to say about what goes on in that community.
Yeah.
And I was a little nervous. And he even brought it up. He was like, "Wow, a year ago you were sitting over here in the corner,
Yeah.
and he goes, now you're up here on stage. You've made a big impression here." So he was very nice, helping us out. Got our lines in the store. Uh, Getting stuff out there. He's going to come see us at PCA. We're going to do an unveiling of a new line that we introduced on the show, and he's going to come out and show his face for that. Come out and support us. And it was and then we did Castro's. Castro's, I got to throw a thing in there with Eric. Eric's just a great guy. Got a nice place, great crew, a lot of people, a lot of the Scar Hacks come in there. We did a podcast with the Scar Hacks that night.
hmm
Um, we did a rating on the Corojo. I got a 9.5 on that, and it ended up being their
Nice.
number two cigar of the year. And they said they didn't have the exact numbers, but they were guessing that was in their top 10 all time.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah. So I was very happy with that, and they don't throw me no favors. Even though I'm a cigar hack too,
Yeah.
I was there as an owner, and I didn't rate it. I didn't rate. Juana didn't rate. We were
hmm
there as a business, and yeah, it was a busy weekend, and we got more things going on. We're just going all over the place.
Well, we're glad you could stop in with us tonight.
No, I appreciate it. You guys get a lot of followers and everybody talking about you. I started this Instagram stuff just a few weeks ago,
hmm
and I really didn't want to do it. Now I'm hooked on it. just
It's the best. I love
yeah.
it. I was so nervous, and then like once you just start sitting down, chopping it up with people, it just is so natural.
We've been on almost every. We get on there every night, and we're on until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't believe it.
hmm
And
Just
and people
just
from
one more cigar. Just
yeah,
one more
just one
cigar.
more cigar, as Jesse would say. Yeah, I got to throw Jesse in there. But Greg
Yes.
and Al gets on there, and Kirsten, and you got Raul and Kevin, and I can name another 20 people, but Tom out in LA or Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's like a whole big family, and it's almost in every state,
Yes.
and it's so
Yes.
cool. And we don't talk politics, we don't talk religion, and we talked cigars. We were talking fishing. We were talking other things, and it was fun. It was actually fun.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
that's great. So John, you want to kind of give us kind of
Sure.
the background story of Madre Tierra?
Madre Tierra started in 1983 in a backyard of Juana's brother, Lisandro de la Cruz. And he just started off with a little plot in his backyard growing tobacco.
Mm.
And he lived in a town called Tamboril, and I'm sure everybody's familiar with Tamboril,
Hmm.
and is the capital of Dominican cigars. So slowly but surely, he progressed, buying more property, getting bigger fields, plantations, to the point where he's actually sells to. Well, we got property in Mexico now, Nicaragua, Ecuador. We're huge, and Dominican Republic. We have our own
Okay.
factories, our own nurseries. We put the seed in the ground all the way till you smoke it. So we say seed to smoke, and everything's us. The only thing that we don't have is the wrappers for the Connecticut, the wrappers for the broadleaf, and the wrappers for Cameroon, because we use the Cameroon wrapper actually out of Africa. And
Nice. I love
every
the I love the African Cameroon wrapper.
yeah,
There's
and it's
nothing
a
that.
hard yeah, it's a hard wrapper to
Mhm.
get. It's expensive. Um, we did something different on that too. We did our price line. You've seen price sheets for other cigar companies, and they
Mhm.
go up and down like a roller coaster. And it varies on whatever cigar you're getting. So I sat down with her brother and I said, let's make this simple. This whole operation we're trying to make simple. Let's put one price straight across the board. You're going to lose some money on some cigars. You're going to gain some on the other cigars, but it's all going to equal out at the end. And he was like, let's do it. So we have our price line is one price. I don't have to send you a sheet because I
Nice.
can just tell you the number, and it's six.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it's been nice. So he started off. He started getting into bigger accounts. We
Mhm.
actually sell to Davidoff, LFD, La Aurora, Big Dogs, Good Times, Fuente, Aliva. We sell tobacco to them. We don't produce
Nice.
their cigars, but they buy raw bulk
Tobacco
tobacco.
off you.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So some of the biggest players. So he decided, he's like, wow, we're doing all this now. Let's start making our own cigars for recreational. So he had some rollers, made some cigars. I still got the original bundle, and
Wow.
and he doesn't know I have it. He came up here and I put him in I got a big floor safe. I put it in the floor safe, and it hid it from him because I was like, he sees it, he's gonna take him. It's got the original ring on it, pigtailed, and I've smoked a couple, and they're like 9 years old, 8 years old. They're good.
No, they're always good when they're 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, and matter of fact, it's that cigar right there, the San Andreas. That was our first cigar that we came out with.
Yeah, I've been a big San Andreas fan recently. I think everybody's just coming out with them, but there are very few on the market that are really good.
And so that started that, and then COVID hit, and he was I was dating his sister and going back and forth to Dominican, and they were giving me bundles, and I was bringing them home. When Wanda came up here, we probably had 30, 40 bundles lying around the house. I didn't even know what a humidor was.
Mm,
I just had stuff lying around, and when Christmas would come, I was like, wow, these are cool Christmas presents, and I was giving bundles away.
Wow.
And right when COVID hit, we smoked a couple cigars, and we were like, you know what, maybe we should do this for him. So she made an agreement that we would sell cigars in the United States as long as 100% of all the sales come through her.
okay.
And he said, okay, done. He'll handle the tobacco part, the production, the all that stuff, and the delivery and everything, and we'll just handle
Hmm.
it. And we got our TTB license, and we'll bring in all the imports, and we'll start off, and we're actually starting to stage everything out of Kissimmee now. We're going to stage it here. Right.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're getting bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Really, and
Well,
quickly.
it's a good thing. It's a good problem to have that you're just growing, which means you're succeeding.
Yeah, I'm going to Madrid. It looks like it's going to be around the 13th of this month, or October. Um, we've already got the deal, but it's worth 25,000 cigars a month. I got
Nice.
another deal in Asia that I'm going over to around the same time frame. It's worth 25 to 50,000 cigars per month.
Wow.
We got another deal working in Panama with a guy. We're going to collaborate our efforts together, and we're going to work something out. And he's a real nice guy out of there. And we got a lot of ventures going, a lot of stuff. Our goal, it's going to be hard to compete with the Rockies and the Fuentes and everybody, because they got deep pockets.
Yeah, of
But
course.
my
For sure.
goal is, we set a new goal. We haven't introduced it or advertised it yet, but we want to at least be in one lounge or one store in the whole United States by December 31st of next year. So I want to be in all 50 or 49, I should say.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And you know where I'm coming on that, so I'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
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 So and then that's pretty much it. We're started off with the San Andreas, and we have 9 lines now. We actually have 10. We have a little Fuma that we have out. That's a short fill that's very nice. That don't blow up. We're getting a lot of sales. We just sold in February. Sold 1 million of those to one buyer in Switzerland, and he
Wow.
distributes those across Europe. Um, it's a very good cigar. You can check us out on madretierra.com, madretierracigars.com. We don't sell online.
Hmm.
We started off that way. The problem was I had a couple big buyers or big companies that were big lounges that wanted to carry us.
Hmm.
And when they found out we were online, they said, "See you, bye." And they have online.
Really?
Yeah, and they have online. They were like, "Hey, you come in here and you buy John's cigar for $12 or $14, whatever we sell it for, and then you go back and you buy it online for 8. They're never going to come back in and buy the cigar."
Right.
Makes sense.
And
Yeah.
and I said the same thing. I said, "Yeah, that's right." So me and Juana went home. We picked up a partner, um, Jake Senior. He's an engineer, one of the top engineers out at NASA, and he does a lot of the rocket stuff and SpaceX and Blue Origin and all that stuff and everything. And so he knows a lot of generals and congressmen and stuff. So we brought him on board for some sales help, and we got moving on that. And I mean, it's just we're rocking and rolling and getting things going, and we're not going to look back. I never thought we would sign a rep. We never wanted to.
Right.
Okay.
Me and Juana said we're going to do everything ourselves, and we were okay with that. Well, that's almost impossible now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. With the size you're at this point, it's impossible to do it yourself.
yeah, it's getting really, really, really crazy, and
Hmm.
and I'm excited about it because it's been fun. I wish I would have done this 25 years ago.
Now,
So
how big is your factory? How many cigars could you produce?
well, we
Do
did
you
1 million in
produce?
4 months,
Okay.
and we had to take on extra rollers and stuff and everything for that. We have one. Our numbers weren't as big, and what we did is we took our master roller was dedicated to us from her brother, so that all our
Okay.
cigars would be made by one guy. But I was just down there 2 weeks ago, and he said, "I have to hire some more rollers for you because
Hmm.
your numbers are getting a little too big for Polo, and he's getting overwhelmed."
Yeah.
And so we're in the process of getting some more rollers. They have the free zones down in Dominican. I'm sure the other
Yeah. The
countries
free
got
trade
that
zones.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in a free zone with probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 other businesses, different types, and we went and her brother. By the way, he's the mayor of Tamboril now. So
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
so he's the mayor of the capital of the cigars of the world, and so one of his friends, is the president of the country, and he went and approached him and said he wanted to open his own free zone, and we got it approved. We've already put the fence up. Um, Whatever the height restrictions were, it's a big fence with a security gate in the front, and all the roads were paved. We took a 15-acre plot of small farm we had there right by her mother's house, and he just showed me the blueprints, and they're getting ready to break ground, and we should have our factory up and running indirectly, and we'll be by ourselves. and it'll
Nice.
be all state of the art.
Wow.
So
Now are you vertically integrated at all, or are you
totally,
okay?
totally, yep.
And you're creating your own boxes and all that stuff.
Well, we're creating them not in house, but
Okay.
with a friend of the family for 30 some years, and he's like
Hmm.
2 miles away.
Okay.
And we go over and we show him, or he'll come over to us. He works out of his own workshop. He's
Nice.
comfortable with, and then but he delivers everything to us. I bring in all the boxes from him, um, and he does a very well job. If you saw the place, you'd be like, it looked like,
Wow.
the back roads of Guatemala, and you're gonna get, knifed to death. It's crazy, but it's he does such excellent work, and we do simple boxes for stores because cedar's hard to get right now. But when we
Mm,
need an elegant box for a customer or a line we're doing, he puts them out, and it just amazes us. It does.
that's
So
awesome.
yeah, he's a good guy. So
Now, how did you get interested in cigars?
I I chew tobacco since I was 13 years old,
Okay.
and so I was always in tobacco. Never smoked a day in my life ever.
Hmm.
Uh, Retired from Air Force. Retired from Delta Airlines as a mechanic. I flew cargo jets for the Air Force for 6 years, and then I was a mechanic for the rest of the time. And I got into it because me and Juana never smoked either, so I didn't start smoking until I was 59.
Okay.
And I'm doing pretty well. I'm holding my own in conversations. I do a lot of reading every day and studying. Now,
Mm,
you guys really get into a lot of naming cigars off and different lines and different types and different blends and all stuff. I have no clue. Sometimes I get amazed at your guys' knowledge. It's crazy. I know my 9 lines, and that's all I worry about.
hmm.
Yeah, and I don't get into specifics. I just worry about my stuff. And they're like, "Oh, what kind of notes you get from this?" And I don't know what a note is. I light my cigar, and if I like it, great. If I don't like it, I put it down. Or
Hmm.
if I smoke somebody else's cigar, I don't sit there and look for nuts and honey and this and everything. That's just not me. I I like it or I don't like it.
So then, who does your blending for you
We have
when you're coming out with a blend? Who does that?
Juana goes down. She goes down to Dominican, and she'll sit with our master roller. His name's Polo, and they start throwing steps together.
Okay.
And so it's all done by us. We decide what we want to try. We give ideas. Juana's got a new line coming out right now. Actually, that's why we're waiting. We were supposed to go to Madrid this week, but when the guy found out what Juana was doing, he asked for some samples. So
Hmm.
Juana's got her grandmother was her name was Pura Luz. So Juana wanted to dedicate a cigar to her grandmother. Her grandmother smoked 3 or 4 cigars a day, worked in the cigar factories. She
Nice.
died at 107 years old. So we're going to name it the Pura Luz 107. And we're going to put a picture of her on it and stuff. And we're going to do 4 lines, and they're going to be the Bohique 56 size. So about six and a
Nice.
half inch by 56. Nice big cigar. This is what
Mm,
she likes to smoke. So we're dedicating to this. Her brother's so excited because he loved his grandmother so much.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do a Rosado, a Habano, a Sumatra, and a Corojo.
nice.
Yeah. So the guy over in Europe said, "Don't come yet. Give me some samples. I need to see these things. I know they're not ready, but give me some
Huh.
samples, and that way I'll make a decision, and this order might get bigger."
Yeah.
So, and
Well,
that was all done by Juana going down there and mixing with the blends and stuff and everything and stuff.
one of the things that I really like is your your production. They're all the same Vatola, and you have color coded the bands for the different blends. So here's the Habano, and then
Sumatra.
the Sumatra with the black, and the Corojo with the blue, and
And, and it's really cool. When we did that, that was my idea. because they were wanting to use a green ring and strictly green because that's the original company colors is green and gold. And I explained to them like, let's go with white and then go to yellow, like the sun's coming up, and green during
Mm-hmm.
the day, and then the orange going down for night, and then the blue for nighttime. Yet it was good when you had 5 cigars, but now we
Yeah.
got 9, so the colors got messed up a little bit. We
Let's
tried to get it close,
remember this.
and it worked out really nice. But I go into a lot of places that carry our cigars, or some people see us and they're like, or see them online,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be like, "I really like your red cigar. I really like your green cigar." They don't
Mm-hmm.
even know what it is, but they just
Right.
like the color, and I'm that's why we did it,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and it works out very well for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and two, it kind of, it differentiates your different blends from each other. So there's
Mm-hmm.
no getting mixed up on what you're smoking.
Yeah, and we do the Toro size right now. Everything's Toro size, 6x52s, but we do have the 4x52s out. Um, we haven't distributed them yet because we're still trying to figure out how we're going to market it and stuff and everything. But what we're
Okay.
going to do, I have a lot of friends, you do too, that they get in a car and they drive. They like your cigar. They smoke it. They have to go to work and they come back out and they smoke it. You know what? It tastes terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And you waste a 12, 14, or even more. Some of these guys are paying $20 a stick, or I shouldn't say stick, a cigar,
Yeah.
and they wasting their money. So what we did is we decided let's put a 4 inch out, and let's put 2 of them in one sleeve,
Oh, there you go.
and let's put the darker one at the top. So the first one, and then a lighter one at the beginning. So what we did is on the first round, is we did an Habano Dark, which is a Habano Oscuro,
Yeah, Scuro
and
wrapper.
then
Yeah.
and then my Spanish is terrible, and then Habano Claro for the bottom one.
Mm-hmm.
So and the price point on it is on the MSRP part is only $1 more, and you're getting 2 cigars.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we
I would
didn't want to kill
actually.
anybody, and
Yeah,
we're going
man.
to get our name out there. I got a nice box for it. We're going to put 10 in a box. Nothing fancy. We want it to be economical, and so the people can enjoy it and stuff. And if it goes, then we'll change it up. We'll do a Connecticut and a Rosado, or Connecticut and a Rosado, or we'll do a Rosado
Mm-hmm.
and a San Andreas. We'll mix them up,
Hmm.
and I think it's got a big future. I told Dave about it at the show, and he was like, "Wow, what a freaking great idea!"
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've actually never seen that before, but it's pretty brilliant, honestly.
Yeah, something different, and that's what we keep trying. We're trying something different. We're trying to change the norm. Like if you want a store and you carry 4 lines, and it's a bad month. You only need 3 Habanos and 7 Connecticut's, whatever. As long as you order 25, I give you the bundle price, and I'll put them in a bundle. I don't care if it's 3 lines, 5 lines, 7 lines. I'll mix it all up for you, and that's not a problem. Instead of buying 7 bundles or four
Yeah,
bundles, I'm saving the brick and mortar some money.
that's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah. So and they're like, wow, you're the only one that does that too.
Yeah.
That is just as special. So I'm not trying to piss the other owners off,
Yeah.
Right.
or the growers or the manufacturers. It's just that I'm trying to make things. I'm trying to be like, how would I want it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to open my own store next year, and we're going to have our own lounge, and then we're going to be doing all these shows and stuff too. So
Yeah.
So
Now I'm an art guy. I love going into stores. I love looking at bands. And I'm sitting here smoking the cigar and I'm looking at your band and I think your band is absolutely gorgeous. Like if you can see, so it's got your stylized uh TM on the middle and then on the sides it's got the little birds.
that bird is the palm chat. That is the national bird from Dominican Republic, and that's our
Okay.
next line of cigars that's coming out at PCA. Is going to be the palm chat line.
And your band is so intricate. Now explain, is there any special meaning behind the band?
All her brother and my wife wanted to do is Mother Earth,
Hmm.
and it's all integrated into the earth. That's why they wanted the green from the beginning, the green being
Hmm.
the shade for the earth. And it was hard for me to talk them into the other colors. And but they're big into, you know, the religion, the part of it, and you know, concentrated. You know, the cigar comes from the ground, and how many people touch it, and you know, they wanted to promote that. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's cool, and we're keeping it. And like I said, our next line is going to integrate the bird for the Dominican Republic on it. And it's going to be a little bit higher. It's going to be tobacco that we have, like 3 to 5 year tobacco. It's going to be a better line. We're going to
Okay.
do some box presses, box torpedoes, 6x60s. We're going to mix things up a little bit. We're going to keep some of the same blends,
Hmm.
and just change the style of the cigar. And so
Okay.
everybody have something a little bit different with the same price point, except for some of the more pricier ones with the higher, you know, tobacco blend.
Yeah.
So
So if somebody wanted to get their hands on these cigars today, where would they go to order them?
well, go to Madre Tierra Cigars.com,
Mm-hmm.
and you can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. Juana's got about 6 accounts. So if you find one that says Madre Tierra, it's
Mm-hmm.
her. She just got different prefixes to it.
Sure.
Um, we try to educate the people to go in and look where the brick and mortars that, and the reason we haven't updated it right now is because we have a new webpage that's going to be released in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're going to have a whole bunch of more vendors on there, and we want everybody to go to their local place, or like when we were up there talking with Dave, call Dave,
Yeah.
call two guys, make an order, get online, make an order, they'll send it to you. And
Gotcha.
that's what we want to do. We want to support the brick and mortar, and that's why we're not going to take an online orders. Now I'll work with them on some samples, and I get them there quicker.
Yeah.
And but I'm not trying to undercut anybody. That's just a one-time good deal, and then after that, try to go to your brick and mortar and get the stuff.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, and I know of two other brands that were selling online that have stopped selling online so that they can focus on the blending and the making of the cigars rather than having to keep up with the sales. So
Yes.
they've passed those along to a couple of the smaller online vendors.
And I wouldn't know how to do it. I'm so busy right now, sending to stores and lounges. I don't know what I would do if I had an online business. I'd probably pull my hair out. I don't have that much either, so you know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind this. So let the other guys have it. There's enough out there for everybody, and let's help everybody out. If everybody would come together on this, you know, we keep more brick and mortars open. You know.
Most definitely. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the points that these guys were making was that you're still supporting them as a company, but you're also helping the brick and mortar, or like I said, these are smaller online vendors. But you're helping to support them as well.
That's like we just signed Kevin today for our first rep, and he lives in Connecticut or Rhode Island, and so he's going to cover the Northeast. And I have 10, 15 accounts up there already, and I gave him all the accounts. And he's like,
Yeah,
"Wow, I could have kept those. They were mine." And so everything. I was like, "Nah, there's enough. There's enough there for everybody. So here, this is gonna get you started, get you interested, keep it going, make some money because these people are buying, and that way you need to add some more. I just can't go up there all the time. So
sure.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm spreading the wealth. I don't need every penny. Her brother keeps on telling me if you make a quarter, you're making money.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So one thing that a lot of people, are starting to talk more and more about are pairings. What is your favorite pairing for a cigar?
I had it last night. I love the Sumatra with a glass of Francelica. And I
Okay.
just, oh my God, it seems like every time I take a sip, I get all that almond taste in my mouth.
Mm,
And when I puff on that cigar, that smoke just goes right through me. And it just, that's my favorite. It's just totally, it's crazy, but I can't drink it all the time because it's so sugary and so sweet. But
mm.
it's just so beautiful and nice. And that's my favorite pairing. I'm not into the strong stuff. I do drink Johnny Walker Black, but I can drink that with everything. But the Francelica and my Sumatra, really nice. Juana's now. Juana loves the Rosado
Okay.
with coffee,
Mm.
espresso, lattes.
I'm a
Very
big
good
coffee
cigar.
guy. I love coffee with my cigars.
Very, very great cigar is the Rosado for that. Very nice. So that's the two that I'll pair up on our drinking.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, how has the cigar industry received your brand so far? Because I know that, like you said, you're selling tobacco to other companies. How has that gone for you so far?
It's amazing. You would think that people, other companies would stay away from you, ban you, and stuff. But the problem, or not the problem, the results are Juana and Lizzo, have grown up with these people that own LFD, that own La
Of
Aurora,
course.
and
Yeah.
own these big companies, and they're all the same age, and they went to school together, and now they're blessing us. They're bringing us in their homes. They're helping us out. We went on a tour 3 weeks ago in La Aurora. It was the first time I've been in there. The guy's taking us around. He knows me, and in the middle of the tour, and he's got a lot of people there. And in the middle of the tour, he stops and he goes, "I want to introduce you guys. This is John and Juana from Madre Tierra Cigars, and we in Ecuadom Tobacco, and we actually buy tobacco, and some of this tobacco that's being done in the cigars right now is theirs." And he plugged me in the tour for La Aurora. It was really cool, and the people were like, "Wow, we got
Yeah.
royalty here."
Yeah.
So it was nice. So these people, we meet them. They invite us to dinner. They have us come over when we're out doing shows like PCA. They're like,
Hmm.
"Hey, come over to the booth. Let's have a drink." We made some new friends. Like I said, with Dave, we're friends with Rocky Patel, and that was all because of the cigar and the brick. Rocky's big into brick and mortars.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And big into the cigar hacks in the group, those guys. And when you wear that blue shirt, you got it's like wearing a tuxedo. You got
Hmm.
prestige for him. So, but yeah, they've done very well with us. They're not banning us. They're bringing us aboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how do
That's
you find the separation between growing tobacco and providing it for other companies to growing tobacco and providing it to your own company? Do you find that easy to do? Do you find like you have, okay, we have these farms are going to be for the offsite stuff, and then these farms are going to be for our stuff? How do you how do
No.
you how do you find that to separate?
Well, a lot of this is done through her brother, and he's got a staff down there. One of the guys is named Ricky. He kind of runs the factory, does all the make sure the different blends are properly positioned for the rollers and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And we try to separate the tobacco for ourselves and store it
Hmm.
the same that we distribute.
Okay.
So we're trying to stay in the same format. We don't want to keep all the good stuff for us because we have all the good stuff for everybody.
Okay.
And we're very picky on what we have and sell,
Hmm.
and we don't try to. I've seen a good friend of mine just got cheated. He went down to Dominican. He went down to Santo Domingo, and they had some cigars. They bought them. I tried to get him to buy mine, but he found a place. It was like 50 cents a cigar cheaper, And he's like, I want to try these guys. I said, okay, no problem. So he went down there and he loved them. He come back. We smoked them. They were decent. They were pretty good. And when he had a shipment sent up here, it was all different tobacco.
Really?
Yeah, they had replaced it
Mm,
with cutthroat tobacco, where they had bought it from farmers that um, different elevations that just grow common tobacco in like the Dominican Republic. Most of the stuff in Dominicans, a lot of it's just good for fill and binders,
yeah, of course.
and
Yeah, yeah,
and they really screwed him over bad.
yeah.
So now he buys cigars from me.
Yeah. Well, it's
So
weird because, it's weird because the price really does change. I mean, when you look at like when you're buying tobacco for binder and filler as opposed to wrapper, like your price per, I believe they buy it per pound, but your price per
pound or
pound,
kilo, we do either one.
it multiplies for wrapper because of how
Well, for
prized
instance,
that
if
wrapper is.
like for instance, like a wrapper. I'm just going to use generic numbers here. If a wrapper is $60 a kilo for like a Sumatra, and then you go down to the binder, which is actually a wrapper, but it just failed and it doesn't have the right color, or it's got a
Of
blemish,
course, yeah.
or
Yeah, yeah.
something like that, or the vein is too close, for the rolling. That drops from 60 down to about 30, almost
Yeah,
in half.
exactly. Yep.
And then when you get into the filler, it can drop all the way down into the 15s and 10.
Yep.
So it's a big price difference.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah. So
Now, who do you source your now we were talking earlier and you have a Cameroon, you have African Cameroon.
mhm.
Where do you source your African Cameroon from?
You would have to ask Lizzo from that, and I'll tell you, we were brought this up, and that's why I asked him about it, because I thought maybe we did a hybrid out of Ecuador. I was thinking that,
Okay.
and because these most of these leaves are safe for like La, La Fuente
Mhm.
and these big companies, because they've been in business with that family over there. I forget their name. Um,
Mirafel.
yeah, Mirafel, and they actually been in business since 1610, so they've been around a long
Yep.
time, and they saved the
Yep.
industry. But to get this wrapper from Africa, you have to be so high on the food chain
Yeah.
that they're like, you're not going to get it. But then Lizzo said, but you're forgetting who we're selling to. If I need something, I call LFD and say, hey, I need this, and I think his last name's Gomez.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll
Lido.
call he'll
Yep.
call him up and say, "Hey, I need this," and it's like, "Okay, I'll have it to you tomorrow."
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and
we can
it's and
get what we
it's
need because
yeah.
of her brother's name. We're
That's
one of the
awesome.
we're one of the biggest distributors of tobacco in Dominican Republic.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we're huge.
And it's funny because I've probably been smoking Madre Tierra tobacco and not even knowing I'm smoking Madre Tierra tobacco,
Yes,
but with somebody else's band on it.
and it might have a different blend or a different wrapper in it,
Of
but yeah,
course. Yeah.
some part of it is probably a Madre Tierra. The Davidoffs is
Mhm.
a good example. We do a lot of business. I was at PC when I was at PCA. The rep came up and he introduced himself. I introduced myself and I said, Madre Tierra, I'm the owner. And he's like, okay. And he's like, I never heard of you. And I was like, oh, you've heard of Ecuador Tobacco? And he goes, Lazandro? And I said, yeah,
Mhm.
that's our company. So if I can get everybody to know Ecuador Tobacco is Madre Tierra, my sales are going to go flying,
Yeah.
because they know our tobacco company. They just don't know our cigar company yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's good when you have the basis for your company built on a great tobacco basis. I think you can then build off of that, use that name recognition to build off of to build your cigars up.
And what's great about ours, our consistency is excellent.
I mean, look at that. That is, I've had zero problems with this cigar. It is a razor straight burn. The construction has been fantastic. The draw is perfect, just how I like it. A little bit of a resistance.
Yep.
The ash is, I have to knock the ash off. I mean, your rollers and your quality of tobacco is fantastic. I just want to say it really is a fantastic cigar.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Because a lot of people, they have problems, and you get what you pay for.
Of
Uh,
course.
we're actually been told that we should be charging more
Oh,
for
you can
our cigars.
absolutely, you can absolutely. If I paid between 15 and $20 for this stick, I would not be upset because I am smoking a quality cigar.
But what we're trying to do is we're trying to make money on volume,
Hmm.
one cigar at a time. Where we want to be everywhere. I don't want to be in some places.
Okay.
Right.
That's our big factor. That why we're keeping the price down. So,
Yeah.
and it makes sense. It does. But we're a big company and we can afford to do that.
Hmm.
Yes.
So
Well, and two, listening to you and talk about Lizzo and of course Juana's um, um, philosophy. Um, how important is the sustainability and respect for the land in the production process?
we, I think what you're meaning by that to me is like we go 2 years of a growing cycle, and the third year we plant beans
Hmm.
to put all the minerals
Replenish
back
the
into the
nutrients.
soil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So every 2 years they replenish with a bean
You go,
product, and that could be any
yeah.
kind of bean that they want. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and what her brother does in Dominican now, which is kind of special, um, he grows these beans and stuff and everything. Right? He don't sell them. He bags them up. He puts them in a U-Haul. He drives in the neighborhoods where he's from, and he opens up the back door and he supplies them to his people.
That's
He,
awesome.
he gives stuff away. The town that he's in Tambrillo had really bad Wi-Fi. He went and bought a Wi-Fi tower and put it up for the whole community, and he paid for it out of his own pocket.
That's
His
wonderful.
salary as the mayor, he pays for, I don't know, it's like 7 nurses to work at the
Mm.
hospital, and he donates his whole salary to the nurses. The cemetery that's there was full or nearly full. He just went out and purchased a whole bunch of land and made a new cemetery out of his own pocket.
Wow.
That's
He
fantastic.
contributes so much back to the community, and that's why he's such a big person. I mean, the first election he won, was it 93% of the vote?
Mm.
Wow.
That's
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 great.
huge. Yeah, and he's well known, very loved. Um, but again, you got to be careful when you're like this. People take advantage of you, and he's very cautious, and don't screw him over because you're done.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's the way that's the way he operates and stuff. But he'll give you the shirt off his back. Juana's tremendous. If it wasn't for Juana, we wouldn't be. I couldn't do this. She
Yeah.
does all the Instagram, all the articles and all the stuff and everything. She promotes all that stuff. She sits in there at night, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm always yelling at her, "Go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. You got to work in the morning." She's in there making videos.
Well, she's in there making videos, and you're sitting here on lives talking about one more cigar,
Oh
one
yeah,
more cigar.
I'm trying to get her to come out here, but she didn't want to. She's sitting right
Well,
there.
I understand. She's probably had a pretty full weekend, and are being in front of people and being we call that our social battery is depleted.
Hmm.
She likes it too. She when she does her rolling, she gets all dressed up. She likes to
Mhm.
talk to the people. She likes giving the cigars away. She don't charge them. She
Yeah.
likes yeah, making people happy.
Well, and two, I've seen her pop on to some of the lives, and just her knowledge and her willingness to share that information with everybody else is really admirable.
And her knowledge is a lot more in who the people are, because they'll say, "Oh, this person." She's like, "Oh yeah, this so and so and so and so, and they live over here," and they're like, "Yeah," and yeah, she's very good on that part.
That's awesome. Um, So, what what has been your biggest challenge in starting and growing the cigar brand?
Our biggest challenge is here locally. It was I was trying so hard to get into Coronas,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and I wanted it for a feather in my cap, and everybody always asks, "Oh, is your cigar in Coronas?" It's like if you're not in Coronas, you're not going to make it. And I had that mindset at the beginning, and it really bothered me. I went out and talked to the management, and I didn't talk to Jeff, but I talked to the management, and they said you need to do this, this, and this, and this, and I did way more than that, and I still was being turned down, and I didn't really know why. But now I go back and I look at everything, and I'm like, you know what? That place is huge, and they got a lot of cigars in there, and you really
Hmm.
got to be up on the food chain to make any kind of money in that place. I'm okay selling to the mom and pop stores and the smaller places, and my name's getting out there. And one day they're going to contact me and say, "Hey, we need to get your cigar in here," and I'll let them make that decision now instead of pushing it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of things grow from the grassroots. Um, Very similar to the tobacco. You know, you take care, you nourish the soil, and then you reap the benefits.
Yep.
So, well, Rob, have you got anything else you're curious about?
No, I'm good, man. I'm just really sitting enjoying this cigar, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, I'm like, I wonder what else I've been smoking that has all the Madre Tierra stuff in it. Because now, 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 John's he's got me thinking, like, where else have I smoked Madre Tierra and just enjoyed the heck out of it?
Yeah, it's quite of a big list, and it's stuff that's well known.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to get phone calls of people wanting to buy tobacco from us. This is really helping us in the business on the other side, on the bulk side. But I'm okay with that because if you don't make money there, we're not going to have cigars. So
Hmm.
we're helping in that part because people are now coming to us. Um, hey, I need some tobacco. I need some tobacco. So and good tobacco. You can buy tobacco anywhere, but
Hmm.
they get something good and it has a good name behind it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Most definitely. Well, this is not the first Madre Tierra cigar that I've had, and I have to tell you, your Candela was is one of the best Candelas I've ever smoked.
Yeah, it's very nice. We put a little bit of effort into it. We're working on some other things with it,
Mhm.
some naming stuff. Uh,
Hmm.
I do a lot of we do a lot of events for the veterans. I'm 22 years Air Force, and
Thank you
Jake
for your
is
service. Appreciate it.
yep, and Jake is also from he was a PJ, and he retired out of the Air Force. And so we do events down in Miami the first Friday of every month. We go down to PBR. It's a country bar, and we give away cigars and they give away drinks to veterans and active duty guys. And we've been doing it. This will be the 22nd month this Friday, and it's been kind of special. PBR, when they opened up the Miami store, they had all their top brass in there, and they were like, "Hey, they were smoking our cigars, and they were like, "Hey, we should put cigars in our store, and let's invite 15 companies, and let's work it down and get one company and let them sell cigars in all our places." So they included us in the 15,
Hmm.
and
Well,
we won. And one of the main things that we won because is consistency, and our cigars were good. It's just that every time they called, they talked to me, and they were like, "Wow, I call XYZ company, and I talk to Mary, and next week I talk to Sue, and next week I talk to Bobby, and I got to tell the
Hmm.
whole story all over again." And they're like, "You know how frustrating that is." And just that little aspect of the customer service added in. So it's not only that we put cigars out and do shows and all that different thing. We have to talk the customer service part too, and we do all that ourselves too. So, and then if they got technical questions on the leaves or on that stuff or anything, we have a we have permission to give out her brother's number to anybody who wants to talk to him, and he will talk to you, and he'll discuss, what's in it, what's the process, what I can do for
Yeah.
you. Here's the pricing and stuff, everything, because I don't know pricing.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So
Well, if 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 you let me rephrase it. So, what would you want a smoker to to feel when they light up a Madre Tierra cigar?
their next visit to buy another one, because I think that's the biggest thing. Um, uh, even some house cigars. We supply some house cigars to some company or some lounges,
Mhm.
and the reason we went in there and did it was like, your house cigar. The people come in and smoke it. They're never going to come back and smoke that cigar again because it was just so bad.
Mhm.
I was like, let's put in something a little bit more premium and just make it a house cigar. I'm making less money, but we can get them hooked on it. So we
Right.
get people to come in and buy a cigar. Now, of course, a lot of it is um, uh, the sight of what I'm smoking, and my buddy Bob here, the guy over there, Troy. And if I'm smoking a Rocky Patel, or I'm smoking a Perdomo or whatever, they're like, oh wow, look at, he's smoking a really nice cigar.
Mhm.
And sometimes they won't smoke it a Madre Tierra because it doesn't have that name clarity yet. It's coming,
Mhm.
but I get guys that'll sit there. The guy that owns the steakhouse that had that cigar that he was buying from the other company, we were selling next door. He would
Mhm.
come over next door and he'd buy bundles from me, and I'm like, "Are you putting them in your steakhouse?" He's like, "No, I got my own line." I go, "What are you doing with these cigars?" He goes, "Taking them home and smoking them,"
Mhm.
and that made me feel good. So, but
Well,
yeah, I think if I can get more people to come back and buy again and again and again, and
Mhm.
they don't have to buy bundles. Just buy one at a time. That's all I'm here for. One at a time. So,
well, that's kind of like the old adage, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
yep.
So, well, and of course, too, they're sitting there looking around at these people smoking these other cigars, which probably have Madre
Yeah,
Tierra tobacco in them.
correct. For the longest time, I never said anything,
Sure,
never brought it up and stuff, because I was doing the polite thing and not bringing it up. And her brother's like, "Nah, it's okay. These people know, and it's okay to discuss it. It's not a hidden secret. And go ahead and spread the gospel, on it. And
sure.
it's real, and now it's really helping, because now people are like, wow, I can get a cigar for one third the price. Maybe not the best quality of a $60 or $70 wrapper, but a damn good cigar. I'm okay, and I'm happy spending 12 or 14 bucks.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sure. Well, I know not long ago, a buddy of mine, he went and purchased steaks from the new meat market that came up, and it was like $34 a pound. And then he went to Costco and bought the same cut of steak um, for $14 a pound, cooked them side by side on the same grill with the same seasoning and everything. And there was not $15 worth of difference there.
I got I got
So
I got a story on that too. Juana drinks the red wine, the Pinot. What's it called? Pinot.
Pinot
Noir.
Grigio.
Yeah, I have a hard time saying it. So I go to Sam's. I buy an $8 bottle, and she wants the $40 bottle. So I buy the $40 bottle, and she's like, "See, this wine's so much better." Da 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 da. So she went to work. I took the $8 bottle and I poured it in the empty bottle, and
Mhm.
I put it over there, and I took a video of me doing it. And she drank it, and she was like, "See, I told you this is so good and stuff and everything." And I showed her the video, and she backslapped me. She's like, "What you do that for? What you do that?" But you know what? She drinks the $8 bottle of wine now
There you go.
because she's like,
Most
"Damn,
definitely.
it's the freaking same thing. It is
Yeah.
so close." Yeah. So yeah, you can get good stuff at a lower price.
Always.
You just got to be able to shop it correctly.
Hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, John, thank you so much for carving out a little time
Yeah, I
to
appreciate
come
you guys
and
having me on here. Anytime you need a fill in or something like that, I'm available a lot. And if I'm on the road, I can be on, and maybe we can do other stuff. If you guys ever go to Dominican Republic, let me know. I'll try to make an effort to be down there, or I'll set you up with somebody to take you on a little tour and go
Hmm.
in there. It's not as nice right now because we're not really set up for. It was a warehouse that we're in because we did bulk tobacco, so we kind of make shift the cigar business right now,
Hmm.
and we try not to bring too many people in. It's not that it's bad; it's just that her brother's picky, and he's like, kind of wait for our new factory to open because then they're going to be amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
I can't wait for it. It's I'm at some point 2026 or 2027. I'm trying to get back down to the DR. I have a couple of people that I already have that have already extended invites to, so I'm hoping to do a
it's a
little
cheap trip.
cigar trip. Yeah, I'm trying to
It's
do
a
a little
cheap.
cigar trip. Yeah.
You can get a hold of me. It's a cheap trip. You can fly JetBlue straight into Santiago for $300. Pretty
Hmm.
much anywhere in the country. I'll give you a name of a hotel there. It's only 1 year old. It's like a Holiday Inn Express. It's simple but elegant, clean, and it's $40 a night.
Mm.
And it's right there in Tamberville with all the stores and factories and all the boutique stuff and everything. You'll go crazy, and you're right in the middle of everything, and it's a cheap trip. So,
wonderful.
yep,
Well, and we are definitely hope to be able to catch up with you at PCA.
yeah,
Hmm.
And
come
Yeah,
see us.
I was at PCA this April. It was my first PCA this April. It was overwhelming but amazing at the same time. And
Yeah,
so I'm hoping.
our thing was we didn't we couldn't register until January 1st because we had to
Mm,
wait. And when we
yep.
registered, we got the back row all the way by the loading docks. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I
So
knew
by the
where
time that people got to us, they were beat.
yeah.
yeah,
I got a little bit of points this year, and we went to a bigger booth, and we're right in between La Aurora and Rocky Patel. We're right in the same row,
Yep.
and we're
wow,
right in between both of them. And I'm like, that's where I want to be. And as soon as you walk in the door, we're right there.
Yep.
So the exposure was great, but it's going to even be better this coming year.
Well, you'll definitely see us this year. So,
Good. We're
or
going to have some.
I should say next year you'll see us.
Yeah, we're gonna have some good things. We're gonna have we're bringing a roller. We're gonna bring our roller, but her brother said no because we're getting too busy. So we got a guy that owns a company, and Juana, if Juana was here, she'd tell you his name. It's a huge cigar company, and
Hmm.
he's the owner, and he rolls, and he's actually going to come and roll for us for the 3 days. And so we're gonna have a roller on our booth, and we're gonna have a bar set up, and we're gonna have Brugal, which is the drink from Dominican Republic, and we're gonna have that available.
Nice.
And we're gonna have a big lounge area, and we're gonna make it simple and elegant, and not a lot of clutter, and just come and smoke and have a good time.
Yeah, man. We're looking forward to it. And
Good,
we'll definitely catch up with you.
cool.
If we don't, I mean, probably not the DR uh right away, but at least we'll catch up with you at PCA when we
I'll
see you
put
in
you
New
down on the
Orleans. So
invite list for the private party we're having. We're gonna have a unveiling, a private party, and it's gonna be all catered out and bartenders and everything. And some big names are coming.
yeah,
Uh,
we would love to.
and I'll
most
put you down
definitely.
on the guest list.
I appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, John.
yeah. I appreciate you guys having me on here, and you guys do a lot for the industry. You do.
Thank
We
you very much
try.
for saying that.
Yeah.
So, well, if you want to hang on for a few minutes after we wrap up here, we'll chat a little bit off air.
Okay.
But um, Rob, have you got any closing thoughts?
Man, I don't know. It's been a bit of a crazy time. And I just want to say, you know, take care of your take care of your friends. Um, you know, and to me, I've been leaning into my faith a lot. So that's what I've been doing. So check on your peeps, let them know you're there for them.
Most definitely. And there have been a lot of very sad events that have
What
happened
about
since the
you?
last time since we've been on. Um, and again, I'll echo you and say check on your friends. And as always, I hope you win the battles that you tell no one about. So, for the Lounge Life podcast, I'm Al, and that's Rob, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Peace, guys.